Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Meeks Bottom Line Season 3. I can't believe we've been doing this for 3 years. I got a quarter of my crew because some of y'all are still on vacation, but I understand we're going to try to get everything we can before the weather changes. I have my husband Newt. Welcome back, Newt.
Hey, hey.
We have OG Chuck and my
Hey,
co Adrian. Welcome back, y'all. How you feeling?
great.
Great.
All right.
All right.
Listen, we feel better than the Jets do today.
Yes, I like that.
Absolutely.
Wait. All right. So since you brought that up, did you see how hyped they were when Aaron Rodgers came out
I
running?
watched some episodes of Hard Knocks, and it was like the second coming of Christ. They were like, "We have Aaron Rodgers." Like, oh my God,
He's
they
at
were
the
doing like
game, showing up.
they were doing a film day, and they were showing some play from practice, and they were like, "Look at that. That's our quarterback. We got him." And he has a torn Achilles and he's out for the season at 39 years old. I'm not happy about that at all. I'm not happy. Listen, we are all, one play away from losing our quarterback. So I'm not gloating by that. I'm just saying it was really funny how if you watch Hard Knocks, you could not have told the Jets they were not going to Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. They didn't even care about the regular season. They didn't care about the first game. They were so far beyond that. And for reality to say, and smack you in your face. They did win the game. But wasn't the way they thought they were going.
Well, he didn't execute the play correctly because
That's what I heard for
it
the
was a
three-step
three-step
back or
drop,
whatever.
and the blocker was blocked. The line was blocked, and then he didn't get rid of the ball, so the guy got off the ground and tackled him. So that was his.
That's what Shannon said.
Well, oh well. Bye, Aaron.
Do you think that was due to age? Like he just forgot?
Age
Can't move as quick.
And probably karma. He left out the vaccination, so
okay.
Oh Lord, karma from the vaccination. Okay.
Hey, there you go. Hey,
well,
that's one way to look at it.
He's definitely not returning this season. So
not to take a snap. He might be on the sideline.
That was it. One snap and crackle.
One and done.
Yeah. Yep.
They mentioned Carson Wentz probably calling up Carson Wentz.
Well, they want to go from bad to worse. Listen, what's wrong with the backup that's out there, right? Well, I guess you got to have somebody else in case he goes down. But Carson wouldn't be the person I call. I'd rather call Cam Newton, or I call Carson.
Well, they didn't want him last year. That's why they brought in Aaron Rodgers. Now that's karma, because now you got the person that you thought you weren't going to play is back at being quarterback.
Well, they're hoping that the guy that Wilson, being in that meeting room with Aaron Rodgers for training camp, they're hoping some of that magic rubbed off on him.
Okay.
That's a lot. That's a lot to expect.
Absolutely.
But okay.
Our team.
I was going to say, but who cares?
Go back to our team.
I'm
back to the leaders of the NFC.
Are we? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, we won.
Yeah.
What's it?
It wasn't the best. It wasn't but
I was.
Didn't that look like a preseason game to you?
It was the game that I expected.
It was dusty.
To be honest, okay, you've got to look at it this way. You had two new coordinators playing their first game with some different personnel. So, you have to work out the kinks. I mean, they called some questionable plays. They got to get rid of those design runs and naked bootlegs for Jalen Hurts. Okay, they're going to mess around and get him hurt.
Yeah,
a couple plays. I got to give Bill Belichick a little credit for how they played, because he did come up with a good defensive scheme. He did something that I really didn't see much before, and he played half the field zone and half the field man. So I'm sure that caused them little problems. But the defensive line didn't play well. That Mac Jones dropped back 54 times, and we only got to him twice. Reed Blankenship led us in tackles with 8. So that means that the linebackers didn't play well and the line didn't play well. Thank God for the special teams. And when I say special teams, Elliott was 4 for 4 field goal kicking. Arian Sippos averaged 49.3. So he averaged almost 50 yards a punt. And that was the game, set, and match.
Elliott was
pretty much. That made that those things there made the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely looked like they told Jalen, if somebody looks like they're going to hit you, drop, because he wouldn't even, except for that one play where he got smacked on that shoulder, like he took a hard hit on the shoulder where he coughed up the ball, where he fumbled the ball. But for the plays before that, he would just drop. Like, okay, I'm just dropping. It's like he didn't really try to do much scrambling.
What you think about his accuracy? It looked like again, it's the first game, but it seemed like a couple of plays was like, a couple of throws was like.
Well, they were utilize the tight end at all.
And reading a couple of open players. He had a few guys open a couple of times, and he just stuck to the number. The actual
primary. Yeah, he stuck to the primary receiver.
Exactly, correct. He didn't go through the through the count.
Well, they didn't utilize the tight end at all, and Goddard's a big target, isn't he? Like 6'6"?
Yeah, but
like
that was an issue.
They didn't throw to him at all. So
yeah, they said they were talking about that on the radio. That yeah, that's an issue.
So again, I guess we keep it.
But they said that Jaden, he has so many weapons. I mean, one game it's one person, one game it's the next person.
Well, the good thing is we get to redeem ourselves in a couple days, so they won't have
Days,
long as well.
yeah.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah, it was the first game.
And it's against Kirk Cousins, who we already know is a little long in the tooth.
Okay.
Not as long as Aaron Rodgers.
No, but
through the whole game.
Huh?
I said chances are he might make it through the whole game.
Kirk Cousins?
Yeah.
Well, Minnesota's gonna play desperate because they don't want to be 2-0.
0-2 rather.
Right. They don't be 0-2 in the first week. So
but they still are who they are. Hopefully we get it together though. We can be we have a lot of corrections to make as well. So
some of the time control, like the clock.
That reminded me of Andy Reid. No timeouts at the end of the
why
game.
would you call timeout on there? Yeah, it was a lot of things.
The clock management.
And I was wondering, like, is he just trying stuff in the first game, or is
that was crazy.
Yeah, but I respect that. Like, he's willing to take chances, and he's some of that last call with Jalen.
No, it was a couple of things that was just like you said, Chuck. I was like, what the hell is he doing?
Yeah, I didn't know what he was doing with that. Because if they had the ball last, they wouldn't have had no timeouts.
Listen, we got lucky that he said that he was forced out of bounds. We got really lucky because it was scary. I didn't know we were going to win it.
Yeah,
because we couldn't stop it. We couldn't stop the play. We had no timeouts.
Right.
Well, we won.
That's it.
A win is a win.
See y'all at the Super Bowl.
Wow.
Well, we know Cookie's prediction, so that's how the cookie crumbles.
I hope so. It was a good time.
Hey, I don't see why not.
No, I don't either.
We're off to a good start.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Yeah, I like our chances going forward. I like our chances.
And did you
willing everyone stay healthy, and they don't keep, like you said, keep calling them plays for him to run up the middle, which don't make no sense to me. No. Especially in the situation that they were in. Why would you do that?
Especially not with no blocking in front of them. That's crazy.
Some of that stuff, like.
That's a lot of things.
I guess they were just working the kinks out in the first game.
Mm-hmm. And then let's see. After that, we play. So much for having my stuff together. I have nothing together.
I'm sure,
but I'll have it together next week because Dallas really whooped on the Giants.
This was the icebreaker.
Dallas whooped the Giants 40-0 the other day. So
yeah, but of course they done exaggerated. Come on, I mean, Dak hit 137 yards. The Giants coughed the ball up. Okay, I mean the score looks like a big number, but it's still the same old Dallas Cowboys.
Now they say Dallas still Dallas.
Now Ezekiel Elliott.
That was strange to see him on
the Patriots. Yes, it was.
For me, I didn't even know he went to the Patriots, to be quite honest.
Exactly. That's what I meant. Like, it was like, huh? I was like, who?
Yeah, when they called him there, I was like, oh, that's where he is.
Exactly. I heard the name before I actually realized who it was.
We played the Buccaneers. We played the Buccaneers on the 25th. It's a Monday night game. So we go Sunday, Thursday, Monday. So we'll have more time after this.
Right. After this game.
Good. We'll need that. All right. Thank you, Adrian. And then just real quick, because this is just a welcome back segment. Welcome back to sports. We have the Phillies who are chasing the pennant. We are behind Atlanta. Yeah.
They're playing right now.
What? How much? What's the score?
1-1.
Atlanta still
in the
Are we-
fourth, in Atlanta still.
Okay.
You know, I want to say something about the Phillies real quick. You know, Philadelphia fans get a bad rap, but they did something really nice with Trey Turner because he was playing bad most of the season.
Mhm.
On August 4th, instead of booing him and making it worse, they gave him standing ovations every time he came up.
Mhm.
And since August 4th, he's hit 15 home runs and hit over 300.
Look at that.
So I've noticed that other cities are picking up on that, and they're giving their player that's playing bad standing ovations. So
Wow.
kudos to the Philadelphia fans.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
So,
We're definitely a sports team's city. And we love and what they did for us, the Phillies and the Eagles, and how they brought us together in the seasons was amazing. It put us on a high. So we love our players for sure.
definitely a Philadelphia fan.
Yeah. And Kevin was at that game.
Oh no,
Oh, really?
I was at one of the games when we lost in the 10th inning to San Diego.
Okay.
I think we played the Padres, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
The Giants. I ain't sure, but anyway, it was one of them games. We lost in the 10th inning when Harper had hit that home run in the 9th inning and tied it up.
Mhm.
Ended up going into the 10th inning and we lost.
Well, it's funny
I
that
remember that.
most of the teams that we played in the playoffs aren't even going to make it. San Diego's not going to make it. St. Louis is not going to make it. The New York Mets aren't going to make it. So the Phillies are doing a lot right.
We facing the ones that's the headache right now.
Oh yeah, we avoided them last year, but we're not going to get away around them this year.
Okay.
I'd rather go right at them.
What inning did you say?
They're in the 4th inning.
Okay. All righty.
Bottom of the 4th.
We'll check
Well, you know, we got to touch on the elephant in the room. What's going on with that James Harden situation?
There we go. Get rid of him.
He's never gonna play here again.
Get rid of him.
Well, you know, the Sixers got all the leverage though. He can't hold out, because if he holds out, then his clock on free agency stops, and the Sixers will still retain his rights next year. So he can't play bad because nobody wants him now. That's why he's not traded. So for his career, he's playing for his career right now. He has to play good to get traded, and he has to come to camp and not be a disruption so that his free agency clock will start. So he only opted into his contract because there was nobody out there that really wanted him. So we saw this play act out before. And everybody else.
I'm sick of it.
I hated to mention it.
Why do we always get the
I got that same taste in my mouth. Look, and here come the one. I can care less about the big guy going. He's spreading rumors about wanting and don't care about if he can get a championship somewhere else and all that. Guess what? Get him a ticket to somewhere else.
So before we
get somebody for him.
Before we talk about Embiid, Adrian, you was going to say something about Mr. Harden.
No.
What?
I thought we were going into, I thought Kevin was mentioning the person who he likes to remain nameless wanting to come back.
I wasn't,
wow, how about that?
I heard about that too, so I didn't even want to even mention that because that's just a sick.
That's funny. That's funny.
That would
some people don't think it would be a bad idea because the last game he played, to be on, he may not have taken that shot, but Joel is the one who had the worst game. So if he can work on, and I'm not a huge fan, but if he can work on the mental, get over that mental issue, because I think at this point he's been humbled and he's kind of been humiliated. So if he can work on the mental issue, he was not a bad player for us. He wasn't. So if he can get over that Achilles heel and take the shots, you know what I mean, and be confident in the shots that he takes, he's not a bad player. He was good for us.
So I'm not against it because I got some Ben Simmons memorabilia, and right now it's not worth squat. So
we're gonna have James Harden, Ben Simmons, and Joel Embiid.
That would be.
I
don't think we're going to have James Harden. I listen to a couple other podcasts, talk radio, whatever, and he's over in California right now. The guy is like, I need him to leave because he's taking all my strip club attention because he's in every strip club every night.
Turn up.
The season starts in October. I mean, preseason starts in October, right?
Right.
He is not on the court. He's not. I don't know what the man does all day, but I know every night they say he's in the club.
Well, he's gonna play himself right out of the NBA. You know, he wanted a supermax contract. He'll be playing for the veterans minimum next year. He's not playing at all.
Now
you know it's a guy that played himself out the NBA.
It's another rumor that he's talking about going overseas. It's almost like, you know, he knows.
Yeah, China. Well, see you.
Is Stephon Marbury still over there?
No, but Marbury is like a legend over there. They got statues of Marbury over there. And look, Harden's got business over there. So
yeah, that's where he was doing all the mouthing. He was in China, right?
Right.
Thought they wasn't going to understand it in English because he was
well, he spoke slow enough. He was like, let me say it again. Maury is a liar.
Yeah, he said it.
If you didn't hear me the first time, so let him go.
Yeah, I'm with it. He doesn't know.
Let me make this clear again. I'm a Philadelphia fan. Not one particular player will make me. If he's not helping, get him a ticket.
So what do you think Joel Embiid is doing? Like, what's going on with Joel Embiid?
Well, Embiid recently said that he's all in about being a Sixer.
Really?
So that was his last thing when all that other stuff was swirling around. He said he'd like to end his career here. So
because here's the thing. It's all a interview. You know what I mean? So you can't trash your team and expect another team to pick you up because then the biggest predictor of what you do in the future is what you've done in the past. Right. So he has to be diplomatic with the words that are coming out of his mouth. So, but I think this people said last year too, he was so satisfied with being the MVP,
right?
That may have just done it for him. I don't know. I don't know if he has any other aspirations. I don't know.
Well, maybe he can move on now that he's got the MVP.
It could go one or two ways.
Maybe it can be business, but you know, this is
just one of two ways.
This is just the way the NBA is going because Giannis just spoke about how he's not signing his extension if he doesn't see that Milwaukee's going in the right direction in the next couple of years. So look, these players are so pampered now.
Yeah. Send him there and send him here. We'll take him.
Yeah. Hey, I'll take him. Sure.
Yeah, I will.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll take him.
We can do it. We can do a one-on-one on that.
Pop out. Yeah.
Giannis and Maxey and Danny Green's back.
Yeah, how about that?
Back where?
That's what I said.
Danny Green is back there.
He's back on the ice pack.
Where? That man is on.
Danny Green is a Sixer.
Yes. But
what are they doing?
Well, look, we let go a lot of 3-point shooting. We let Niang go. So, hey, if he can hit a couple threes.
Danny Green, he's not going to make up. What? Don't listen.
You sound like I said. I'm like, they woke me up. I woke up out my sleep because I heard it in the news. Like what
they say?
Danny Green back.
It was 4:00 in the morning when I heard that.
What senior home did they find him in?
They're trying to get a veteran leadership in that locker room. Well, look, they let Shake go, they let Niang go, they let Jalen McDaniels go, who we let Thibault go, and then we let the guy that we traded for go. So I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what
they cleaning the house to try to make a.
Well, you know what? Maury's on the clock. Maury can go. Maury can go right now. That's how I feel about it. Maury.
Yeah, he didn't want to start all the nonsense.
Yeah, because you just can't defy Father Time. Like he can't last the whole season. Youth is what you need in this league, and all of them, to be quite honest.
I mean, I think Embiid is on his last leg. Like,
listen, if we don't do it this year, and I love Joel, but if we don't do it this year, we can get something for him. We got to get something for him,
and that's what I'm saying now, almost. Like because he's
not there now. Unless we get a big band, and
he disappointed me last year. So it's like right now, and it's like,
there's
all that hype, like you said, all that MVP.
at least they got bigger this year with Mo Bamba and I think the guy from Europe. Look, I'm not gonna kill the season before it starts. I'm
You're right. You're right.
You know,
You're right.
NBA championship all the way. I'm with
Right.
it.
You're
I
right.
think it's still some moves
all the way.
I think it's some moves yet to be made. And I'm gonna tell you what, I looked at the summer league and I looked at Jaden Springer. I look for him to take a leap. And I look for some of these lesser known guys. This is an opportunity for them.
Yeah.
So, you know, especially with Harden up and down, maybe one or two of these young guys take a big leap because it's their time. If they want it,
the slam dunk chant.
Playing time is there if they want it. You know,
Who, Levine? Look, from Chicago? Who's the slam dunk champ?
I said, don't forget we got the slam dunk champ. Look, we don't even remember his name, but he's the slam dunk champ. The little white.
No, he's still the G League or the D League.
Yeah.
He's a D League or something. It's a D or G. It's one of them leagues.
G League.
G, right?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah, he ain't on the team.
He's a Sixer.
I mean, they could call him up, I guess.
They got 3 or 4 G League guys.
Got rid of. They must be calling somebody.
We're gonna need him.
You gotta have a you know what they call it, a dark horse or a white, what they call it, white
knight in shining armor.
No.
That's wrong story.
Oh.
No, you gotta have fundamentals on your team.
A token
Look,
No.
like I said, I'm gonna stay upbeat.
All right, let's not mess this up.
Nick Nurse, I always like what he did with Toronto. So let's see what he does. Let's see what he does with this roster as opposed to what Doc Rivers did with this roster.
Wasn't Nick Nurse coaching Toronto when he hit that shot?
Yeah.
They
won a championship. Yes. So let's see what Nurse can do with this roster.
Well, he didn't shit that.
We're gonna give him a shot.
He only won that championship because he had Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
You ain't really coach that. You ain't do much coaching. You just gave him the ball.
When opportunity knocks, you gotta take advantage. So
yeah,
can't take that away from him. He's
not at all
champion.
Not at all. I'm willing.
So is Doc. And y'all see what y'all did to him.
Well, he's old news now.
What's up, Doc? What you say? Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, Doc is over. Doc is over. Well, we have a lot to get into this season. Of Meeks Bottom Line, we have a lot to talk about. Looking forward to the Eagles on Thursday. Sixers starting next month. And the Phillies and how they're going to end up.
Phillies going to the World Series
again. Yes,
and you know that's right.
Really exciting, and I really wasn't gonna. I was thinking about not doing another season, but of Meeks Bottom Line because it can be a lot. But because the Eagles were so great, like we got to see it out, and we'll just stick in there and then go right into the Sixers and see what they're doing.
Let them get on losing streak.
You know, you can always do every 2 weeks if you got a lot going on.
Yeah. I mean, what it is exciting. And I mean, even from the first kickoff and just watching the games, it's great to have football back. It's going to be an exciting season to see all these young players. So we're definitely looking forward to football, basketball, and baseball. And not even the youth.
And maybe the Flyers are going to be good this year. Who knows?
I'll say Chuck. I don't know.
Stanley Cup. There you go.
I don't know. Coco Gauff winning the Open.
And don't forget the Union. Don't forget the soccer team. Get the soccer team some love.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
What was that about, Adrian? What was that for?
Flyers.
Oh.
That's a joke.
Look, they can only go. Look, they only got one way to go. It's up.
That's up. Yeah.
They can't get no lower than the basement.
Broad Street Bullies.
Okay. Yeah, not them.
Look,
thank you.
Flyers was the only team that was good for a long time that we had when all the other teams were horrible. So I'm gonna get them.
Now they're regrouping.
I just have. I'm on my phone, so I can put all these.
Hey, Noop, any good fights coming up?
Well, they're trying to make something happen for this year. the feud passed. That was the. Did you see the fight?
I didn't see it.
Gervonta?
No,
that's the only name I know. I'm sorry.
And Spence fight.
It's all right. He tried.
Oh yeah. I heard about that.
Oh man,
I saw clips of that.
Crawford trashed him. It was nothing like anyone expected.
So it wasn't.
Is that who you wanted to win, or you predicted to win?
I expected it.
It wasn't nothing like anyone expected. It wasn't nothing like anyone expected. They expected it to be a whole lot closer, and nah.
Did the person win who you thought would win though?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You just thought the other guy would put more up a fight.
Yeah, I thought it would be more of a competitive fight, and that he would outskill him.
He didn't even show up. Well, that's the only thing he did was show up.
He didn't show up. Listen, it was something really, really funny to me, and it did come up like on YouTube a few times, because I would usually say that I didn't want to pick a winner until, when they start walking to the ring or when I see them after the first round. And so when Spence was on his way to the ring, first thing I said to Tamika was,
something's not right.
He don't look right. Listen, I actually said he looked like he high, like he was smoking or something before. And damn sure they start coming out and they were saying, well, it might have been the brain this, he might have been that. And other people started.
Yeah, I thought they said something.
How they noticed how he looked.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, I don't know what it was, but when I saw like
you knew it was something.
Yeah, something wasn't right with him.
Yeah.
And it showed in the fight because he got trashed. Like,
did he have a hard time making the weight?
No. No. I mean, all the way up to the fight, it was.
But didn't he say he wasn't going to fight at that weight anymore?
No, it's questionable for the fight for the rematch. They want to come back at a higher weight.
Okay,
but nevertheless, they both made weight, so it wasn't like nobody didn't make the weight. Making weight is part of the game. You got to make the weight. You're defending your title at that weight. So,
but sometimes it takes a lot out of a person.
And then you have a catch weight or whatever. But it's no excuses. They knew that 3 months ahead of time to work out the weight thing. So
you're right.
Even so with he just stole the paycheck then.
No, he got
he earned.
He earned that
paycheck that night.
They came up with plenty different things. They were saying that it might have been from the car accident, some kind of neurology thing.
Right. Okay.
But he didn't beat 5 people since then.
Okay.
Trashed 5 people, not just
well,
pulled off a fight. He's beaten 5 people since he got beaten. So I don't think it was nothing to do with I don't think it was anything to do with the car accident. Nevertheless, we'll see. They talking about a rematch in possibly December or something. So we'll see. A lot of people advising him not to have a rematch. That's how bad he got beat.
I would advise him.
Wow.
I would advise him not to.
And so
isn't this the setup for the big payday?
You look, I'm with you, Adrian. It'll be a trilogy after this. They might let him win this one or however that go. That's a known thing for the fight game. But the first fight was definitely
a disappointment
to a lot of people.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I mean, it was very exciting to watch him
come out. Oh, wait, and even that had a little disappointment because it came out like Eminem was coming out with Crawford.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then he started walking out, and you're like, oh yeah, doom 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 doom, and then Eminem was like, go ahead. No,
and then the song,
the song kind of faded back, so it took it up, and then it dropped, and then the whole fight dropped. But that's the politics of boxing. It's a lot of political stuff now.
There was no politics involved in that.
Well, he beat him by.
Yeah. Let the politics get involved. In other words, there will be no judges in that.
He didn't get cheated out that time.
Woo!
Well, we got boxing to look forward to. On top of everything else. So thank you for showing up. I appreciate y'all. Next week, hopefully we'll have the rest of us all together. And we can discuss the Vikings and the Eagles. Vikings.
Her background drop ready.
I hope so. I'm trying. I don't know why I have to remove it from my computer and reinstall it. I don't know why I can't get on Zoom.
That's
we'll get it together.
But I'll have my other computer. But just to let you guys know, for the next few weeks, only on October 1st do we have a 1:00 game. We are 4:05, 8:20, or 7:15. So you'll have your Sundays to do what you need to do.
I hate waiting all day.
Man, you both. I really
like to get it over with.
I'd rather be at 4:15 than 8:00.
I like the afternoon, but that's how tough our schedule is.
Yeah,
I'll take a 1:00 game myself.
No, I like to have more time, get my food together, and all. Right. I like to have more time.
Thank you for that update. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, we will reconvene next week and pick up where we left off, and
we can even do it on some Sundays. Since the games aren't until 4, we can do. But that's listen. That's not my department.
Like, discuss the schedule on the thing, Tamika.
It's not my department. I'm sorry.
We'll talk about it, Adrian.
Talk to production.
That's right. You
I don't know, Chuck.
It's a small crew. Well, thank you. And let's go Phillies.
What'd you say, Chuck?
No, I was just going to say we'll discuss it at the next production meeting.
Hey, that's not funny. Wait a minute.
Gotta schedule a production meeting now.
I know, right? Let's stay on the call. We'll just think about that. All right, y'all. Thank you for showing up. I'll see you next week. Go Phillies.
Go Eagles. 2-0.
Next week's Bottom Line. Talk to y'all.
Starring Meek, Nuke, Adrian, Chuck.